Greetings, it's Maxwell and my lucky pet Zufu. For today's video, we are going to be looking into Legion, specifically Legion Remix, housing, and achievements. If you've seen my videos around before, you'll know that I touch on all of these subjects, except housing, since it's such a new addition. And also I talk about lore and gold. I do that in my own personal lore and gold journey videos, which I pause temporarily. I'm excited to blend most of my video themes together for this video, so let's get started. A lot of videos that I've been posting lately are associated with me fishing for the Great Sea Ray. The Great Sea Ray is a 1 in 10,000 chance of receiving it. It is my last achievement for fishing, and I have not had any luck. Now, when I mentioned that I've posted a lot of videos on this, you'll see that I actually do have quite a few. One thing I really enjoy doing is showing my community my progress, and anyone listening, even if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, you are also included. That's kind of funny that I left that at the end there, not a hint at all. Anyway, I really love collecting achievements. This is the final fishing achievement, as we saw, and completing it would be wonderful, but that's not the exact point that we're looking at today. What we are actually looking at is housing, and how fishing and housing and achievements and Legion Remix all kind of mesh together. Okay, maybe fishing not so much. But the other categories, they are all coming together in the form of one of the first vendors for purchasing housing items is actually coming to Legion Remix. And some of these items are things you need to earn achievements for first, and that's kind of why I bring it up, because I make a lot of videos on Legion Remix, and we get to see a lot of different items that are available from the shop. You get one for free, and then you have to buy any additional ones. The first update is on December 9th, and that's when Domelius here is going to be helping us by selling us some additional items that we complete for achievements. As we can see here, some of them are for completing 150 world quests, getting your reputation up, completing different keystones, so on and so forth. And basically my first suggestion is, make sure to complete these before Legion Remix ends. It wouldn't make sense that they would go away forever, however, they are a lot easier to earn in this game mode. Completing some of these achievements, if not most of them, is still available in retail World of Warcraft, but some of them are restricted just to Legion Remix. I'm curious if you'd have to pay for them with gold, or what the resolution would be in the future. It's better safe than sorry in this case. The expected end date of Remix is January 19th. Moving on from Remix, we are now going to be looking into achievements and housing. In this video, we're going to be looking at tips for housing, and also looking into a very wonderful housing website that you can access that you can actually associate with your own account. That's another thing. You can notice the login button in the top right. This website shows you where to purchase items, what expansion currency you need, who sells them specifically. It shows you the neighborhoods. It also shows you different tools, which we'll be going over. I would like to show you where to find the decor. Pretty simple. Click on Browse Decor. There are so many items you can get. It's a bit daunting at first, but we're not going to pay too much attention to that for now. I'm sure it will be okay in the future. What we want to look at is achievements. From the achievements page, there's much less of them, of course, but a lot of the different achievements that there are associated on here are related to PvP. I've noticed that some of them are the remix achievement items as well, but the vast majority of them are completing certain quests, getting cutting edge even, completing the meta achievements for certain raids, and also battlegrounds. There's just so much that goes into it. And I'm really excited because one thing I've learned is you retroactively earn all of these. If you have completed the progression on the achievements, you have earned the item. Starting back over from the main page, you can see that there are sets. You can create your own set. You can filter what you're looking for in particular and apply the filters, and it will show you what set you're looking for. And then of course you can add them all together to create a set for yourself that saves for later. We have builds, which show you different ways to build different things, such as this video on building a waterfall. It's really cool. Whoever made this video, kudos to you. I see the creator on the right hand side. Shad Mock? Either way, good job. You can also look at these zones, like a real estate website, which is kind of scary to me because I'm going to have to buy a house in a few years. But anyway, you can see that there's prime real estate for the Alliance, nice shoreline, they had a kind of a duskwoody portion, and then also what seemed to be a little Stormheimy. And then for the orcs, we have traditional barons, we have Ajara, and then also we have the Waking Shores, which is beautiful. And then that's also kind of like Thousand Needles meets Ashara and a nice little beach area. It's really cool. I really like looking at this. Next, we're going to be looking into the tools. One of the least interesting, but the most impactful, is your housing progression. It's basically going to show you what you're able to purchase and build at the time of your level. Having enough achievements generally is going to get you to level 2 right away. The next thing we're checking on is Decor Vendors. Decor Vendors is just a tab that shows you all of the vendors that are selling items that you can use for your house. You see that you can copy the waypoint on there. One really cool thing is that it shows you what you need to purchase every item. One thing to point out is anytime you check on one of the old expansion vendors, you're going to find old expansion materials that you need to farm to purchase these, so it'll get you to play some of the old expansions a bit. I'm not bright enough to understand coding, at least to its full extent. I mean, I'm not familiar with any of those languages. And then also, embedding widgets, I don't really know what that does either. I mean, I read a brief synopsis on their own website on here, but you can check it out. Now we're going to move on to my favorite option. Instead of moving everything around in-game, you can come out to this floor plan builder, and it allows you to put together rooms, and of course, some of them are stuck together and whatnot, but you are able to add stuff. You can see on the left-hand side we actually have a stairwell, and so that will lead to another floor. So let's move on to the next floor. You can see I just threw stuff together. It doesn't make sense. It's not meant to make sense. Here's another stairwell. It also states there's 5 total floors. If you want a floor of all closets, yeah, why not? As you can see in the top right corner, it says house level 92 of 43. That means that I'm not able to build this much, but I find this many closets to be needed in a house of my capacity. They're not going to stop me from building all my closets, okay? I just wanted you to know that. I'm going to build these closets. Okay, now onto the tips. The first tip I have is that the entry cannot be moved. It would be a great idea before you start building to figure out what you want your first room to look like and what you want to be in there, because moving it around is going to be a huge hassle if you have to do it again in the future, because it's connected to the entry and the entry will not be moved. Before moving forward, I just want to give credit to Altea for this. They have created some videos on their channel showing how to create different things, and that's what the next tip is on. You have to think creatively to create things that aren't available in game. Well, you want a waterfall? Well, you have water falling with gravity, so you have to use that creatively, cover up different aspects of what's going on, and in the end, you can get a beautiful result, like a nice waterfall in the middle of your house. Don't forget that to access these, you can actually just go to the builds in the top of the application, and from there, this is where I found this video. And they have many more on there too. And they also have links to the YouTube accounts for those who created them, so that's great. The reason why I bring this up is because I've never played a housing game before like this, and many people have, so I have no building blocks, pun intended, that some people might have. And many of my viewers, or viewers out there in general, probably don't have them either. So basically, what I'm showing is that you can just be creative and figure out your own thing and make something new. On a final note, one thing I would like to say is that housing is not mandatory. I understand a lot of people are a bit worried that they're going to tie it to progression just like in Warlords of Draenor. Well, it won't be. Blizzard has stated explicitly that it won't be, and I'm really excited to see where I can just take my own creative genius and put it into a nice home for myself. I have no idea what I'm going to start with, but I am super excited, and I'm happy to see where you guys go with it too. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. This is just kind of my own personal experience with the game and housing and all the things that I've heard about it so far. And just like Remix, it was a bit scary at first, so we're going to learn it together, and I'm really excited to see where housing takes us, where my achievements take myself, that I get the Great Sea Ray. You know how it is. Have a great day.